Daryl the clerk from East Hill Community Church in beautiful Vernon, BC, here with Wayne Samland, beekeeper extraordinaire, who's going to teach us a few things about bees today.
We're here at John and Linda Ensing's homestead in EX, and I've had bees here for about 13 years. You see the bees coming in and out of the entrance there, and they're loaded down with pollen and honey, and some of the ones flying around the front are just guarding the hive.
So what does smoking the bees do?
Smoking the bees does two things. It disrupts the pheromones that the guard bees are putting out, saying we're under attack. And also the bees in the hive, thinking that there's a fire, they may have to leave, gorge themselves on honey so they don't leave empty-handed. And then they become more docile because they're full. And you can see all the bees on top there, and we know from the way the bees are all here that the queen's in this part of the hive. From all the activity, she's not down on the end here or something, so she's going to be. It takes 9 pounds of honey to make 1 pound of wax. They eat the honey, and then their body manufactures the wax, and they secrete it out of a gland. Reach a certain maturity, then they cap them with wax like that, and then they come out of there a full bee. They don't grow anymore; they're a bee.
Now, so often in the Bible, bees are referred to as producing honey, of course. 54 times in Scripture we hear of Canaan being called a land of milk and honey, for instance, and honey is a sign of God's abundance and provision. And bees, of course, work hard at that. So what have been some of your observations about the hard work of bees over the years?
Yeah, when the queen, when she's busy in the summer, will lay about 2,000 eggs a day. And the bees have to take care of those babies. Of course, bees work hard. However, imagine yourself a bee. And so you get up and you go to work, and what do? You get to fly, isn't it? I mean, flying is cool. Who wouldn't want to fly to work?
No kidding.
And not in an airplane, but just fly. Anywhere you want, and they fly good, and they fly fast, and they can hover. They're great flyers.
Yeah.
And where do you work? You work in a flower. I mean, what could be a more beautiful place than being inside a flower? And what's a flower full of? It's full of food. It's full of nectar, which is energy, sugar, and it's full of pollen, which is protein. And so you load her up and you fly back with it, and all your sisters are happy to see you. And you pass it over and you go out again. And it's actually a lovely life. And they work about half their life inside the hive and about half of their adult life outside the hive. And so now here we got some honey, and it's capped, and you see how that looks different than the brew. The brew was kind of brown, and this is more gray. And so this is honey that's been capped, so it'll keep. And this will keep, I don't know, they've found honey in the pyramids 5,000 years old that you can still eat.
Wow.
So this honey could possibly last 5,000 years without going bad.
In the book of Proverbs, in chapter 24, where they're encouraged to eat honey, my child, for it's good for you. And in a similar way, honey in the Old Testament is used as an illustration of goodness. Kind words are sweet as honey. That's been an unbelievable lesson. Thanks for being able to help us along and appreciating the life of bees and God's good wisdom and illustration of his provision in Scripture through honey and bees. Maybe we